And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Quest VIII. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and let's get back to it. Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. Yeah, just making sure. Oh, boy. And yeah, so we need to go to the inn at this point. We've looted and done everything there is in town to do, so, Elizabeth said, what? That I know everything about everyone. No, we get a free night. So we'll exploit the hell out of that. Oh, by the way, do you know a man named Baza? He is also a guest here, but he did not return last night. He was very keen indeed to see the mural. I hope he did not injure himself. It's safe to get there. You two must be careful, please. So, there's apparently something significantly odd, or off, one would even argue, about this mural. So, let's look into it. Oh, yeah, we already got our puff face makeup. Oh, man. Open sesame. Alright, up we go. So we'll head up here. Creepy. Let's go ahead and head down here. Alright, little girl, where'd you go? You big weirdo.
Honey, there's nobody here. I thought you said you saw Dora come this way.
If she did, she's disappeared into thin air. Are you sure?
Yep, know what I saw?
Hey, look up there! How strange. The mural. It's different from the last time we were here.
Uh-oh.
Am I going crazy? Or were those people not there yesterday? And doesn't that one look a whole lot like that Baza guy, the grumpy one? The lady at the inn said he didn't come back last night.
I've got a bad feeling about this. We need to get out of here now!
It would appear that somebody else thinks we should leave too. Flee! Run!
This isn't good.
Isn't it good? Oh god, no! Stranger danger!
It won't open.
The mural!
Flash!
What
Oh! Defender of the universe! Well,
What is this place? It feels like we're dreaming, but we're not. Right?
No, I think we're inside the mural.
That doesn't make any sense.
Is this what happened to little Dora too? Oh, that poor, poor thing. All right, listen up. We've got a little girl to save. Let's go to work.
Sure. So we are on the other side. Break on through to the other side. As we are stuck here, it would seem. Luckily, we are geared pretty good, so we shouldn't have much to worry about. Didn't get killed. Don't care about the item. I should have had him attack the other one, though. And he's down. Not worth it for the XP, that's for sure. You have to think about it. It's an enemy that can paralyze the party, so nah, not worth it.
Hey, look. It's our pal Baza. Hey. I said hey! What's with all the waving around?
We've come to the most tasteful rave.
Yes. What are they all doing, I wonder? And what about this mural? It's the same as the one from the ruins. Who exactly is she?
Rick James?
I don't know, but she's a charmer, all right. She's certainly got this lot under her spell.
Does my beauty not captivate you too, child? Perhaps when you were a little older. Why so confused, little ones? I am here. Right here.
Uh-oh.
Wait! Look!
It's Cloris Leachman! Ah!
The mural. It's alive.
Let me see now. Red, orange, yellow, green. Yes! All the colors of the rainbow. The 7 of you will be very welcome here. Especially you. There's something different about you. Something particularly vibrant.
All of my awesomeness is in HD. 4K, baby, yeah.
Now come, little ones. Brighten my world. Let me squeeze the color from you as I did the others. Let me add you to my masterpiece.
What? What are you talking about?
You will soon see. You will soon be immortalized in vivid streaks of color.
No, wait! Everyone, come back!
Serena, nice try, but should have started
You
with
don't
DNA.
need to tell me what a bad idea this is, but we need to find Dora. Come on, let's go grab her and get out of here.
But she's such a terrible explorer. How do you think she ended up here? Alright. Let's do this. So we get a palette swap enemy here. We'll go after the zombie primarily, since again, the power to paralyze the party. Damn! Gotta love that. Gib. Eh. And now that we know, we don't need to worry about anything else. What you got on you, mate?
Score one for the good guy.
Garbage. But look at that, we got 900 XP for that. Oh yeah, that's a lot of XP for very, very little work.
Night, night. Ha, ha, ha.
Mid-heal Eric. And then... that. Don't mind it at all. We'll just finish this battle out. See how much we get for this fight lineup. Probably about the same amount. But because the slugs are coming in pretty good sized groups.
Victory.
Yeah, the XP's pretty good. Again, I wasn't kidding when I mentioned that you could do a lot of leveling up in this area. And it's, you know, not a surprise. Yeah, see, characters are already close to leveling just from those two fights. Not literally, but to a degree. Hey there, big guy. The Hippothermians? Hippothermians? Whatever. Not gonna put that much thought into it, but I am gonna try to loot one.
What's yours is mine.
While we see if we can see what they have, you know? Not very healthy compared to the zombies, strangely enough. Usually means that they are probably more dangerous than you would think. And you get a purple eye from them, so that's 1,000 gold worth of value right there. For rather harmless battle, that's pretty good XP. But before we... let me see here. Dun dun dun! Let's do it. Throw Oomph around a bit. Whew! Lucked out there. At least he's got something.
I almost feel bad about this. Yoink!
Whoa! Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Ha! Ha!
Heal Eric there. Not again.
What's yours is mine.
Come on. Nice crit. on, steel. Ow! Oh yeah. And he's down. Whew. He's made it. Eric levels. Veronica levels. Should be enough for something for Veronica, you would think. That's passive, isn't it? That is passive. Versus getting what? Staff of Salvation. MP increase. Or these weakens an enemy's resistance to all offensive spells. That's more personally direct, so I would say we'll wait for that. In my brain, it makes sense. In practice, it's hard to say. That these two might be useful. This might also be useful too. But we're gonna hold off on anything, I think, for the moment. Well, what do I need? We need to unlock 2 more panels, so I need to unlock these 2. 3 and 4. That would give me enough to do it now. We're gonna wait on that, I think. And then a Papillon pendant. Papillon. Alright, let's move. Well, you know we're gonna fight that dude. Come on. It's time for Goro to take a back seat here. A Jocules. Instead of Hercules, he's Jocules. See if we can get... Okay. Alright, so he's gonna get 2 attacks in a round, it looks like. Wild thing to be wary of, but not important, and we're gonna power steal from this dude. It's a shame we couldn't get that last time, but oh well. File finesse. And even the rare steel wasn't that great, so chances are the regular steel is not that big of a deal or that interesting.
Who else wants?
So yeah, love these big these big candelabras. I guess they're not a candelabra, I guess they're a candlestick. So drunk.
Oh dear. This doesn't feel safe at all.
I think the feeling of safety was lost long ago, Serena. Long time ago. Oh, great! Violating tentacle monster number 5.
What the heck is it?
Hail, all hail Satan, our evil overlord.
Watch out! It's looking this way.
So this thing has been luring folks in here so can have them for dinner, eh? Oh, lucky old us.
Careful!
Get wrecked, the power of blinding light!
We need to run. Right now.
So the only way we can go is really this way.
Oh. What's this? And why has it been smashed to pieces?
It's a message. It seems to have been written by the person who discovered the mural.
I have found a great fresco in the ruins near Phnomnon. It seems to be several centuries old. It has a strange power. At first I thought it was a power for good. That this was how people had been drawn here. How the town had grown great. But now I see that it is evil. That it lures the greedy with promises of riches so that it might feast on their souls.
Ever so tasty.
And those too pure of heart to tempt with greed, it lures through pity. Beware the little lost girl. She will lead you to your doom.
The little lost girl. Dora.
So this whole thing was just some elaborate trap? Well, that's just great.
Well, I could have told you that.
Time to get out of here, don't you?
Yeah, I would say this is probably a good time for us to skedaddle.
Could this be... It is! It's the crack we saw when we first went to look at the mural.
Uh-huh. I think she's right, you know. This could be our way out of here.
Then I would suggest we take it because
Only one way to find out.
those are violating tentacles we don't want to say hi to. Not gonna lie.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, I've made more graceful entrances. Is everybody okay?
More or less. Anyway, I'm just glad we got out of there.
We have to let everyone know the truth about the mural. Come on, let's get back to the village.
Well, that's a thing. We need, I believe, head all the way back down this way.
Well, look who it is.
Well, that sounds
Yes,
wonderful.
you should.
Well, I had heard rumors about the mural. That's why I'm here, to be honest. But can what you just told me really be true?
Yes, it's true. The big painting cured me. All I had to do was look at it. It will do the same for you, I'm sure.
Well, I suppose I'd better go and take a look right away then. Thank you, young lady.
Damn.
Another satisfied customer, huh, young lady? Another lamb to the slaughter, more like.
You tell her, Sylvando. And the cape glitched.
But how? I had you in my clutches. You should be part of my masterpiece by now.
You've lured your last unwitting victim into that painting of yours. You must go back and let them all out this instant. You can't keep all those poor people trapped in there. Come on, there's no point playing innocent anymore. Just let everyone go, will you?
And there's your nightmare fuel for the day.
Let them go? When my great work is so close to completion? Fools! Thanks to the gift of that greatest of beings, I have the power to paint their memories onto the very canvas of time! There is only one way you will convince me to release them. Come to my world! Bring it to life with the bright brushstrokes of battle!
Wait! Before you go, this greatest of beings, who do you mean exactly?
Well, I, for one, don't intend to let her get away with this. Come on, let's get back to that mural.
Yeah. That's gonna be bad. Back to the mural we go. It'll be fine. We gotta go save those people. Yeah, run all the way back. I love how it's called Phenomenon. Now what? Instead of Bangor Watt, get it? Now what? Now, I'm going to point out there is some good leveling to be had here. As you guys noticed, the average battle was around 800 to 900 a fight, with a few exceptions. We're going to get access to the dungeon proper very, very soon here. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, strangely enough, the enemies, though very dangerous, are manageable. You know, even these snail-type enemies, you know, they were giving us 900 a group. This group was like 800 or 700 for enemy that we practically rolled over. They look intimidating. They are if they get their attacks off. We're fortunate for being as high level, you know, geared up and well geared up as we are, that we benefit the most from, you know, this area. Whereas if we were lower level, it would be harder to warrant these battles. I mean, we would level up, we would level up in a way that would feel very quick, but it would not necessarily be the greatest reward in and above itself. I'm having a hard time explaining it. But you see how we just kind of rolled over that enemy relatively easily. We have another opportunity at a canna box. Steal, because we didn't get to steal from it last time. So I'd like to try to steal from it again, though it's a dangerous fight, and I regret this decision. Nice crit. Take it.
Pull your socks up.
Me as well. Come on, steal. Let's see what it does. Shit. Damn.
What's yours is mine.
There we go, and that was definitely not worth the effort. The rare steel is probably the only thing that would be any good, and I may not even be much better than that. Oh! Damn it, he keeps snoozing us. But at the end of the day, we got him.
Huh.
And for 1500 XP, I'm a bit reluctant to turn that down. I don't care about the dual wielding so much. Because we got Falcon Slash, so we're pretty much good for the sword area at the moment. I know if we want to unlock this later, we got to unlock both sides, but I really want to spend more of my points now down here. And the reason being is we want these stat bonuses. They're permanent. And who doesn't want that? The question is, do I want Poof or Zap? And I think I'm going to take Zap. So, but we got to take this first. And then we'll get to work our way that way. May as well. Aw, man. We know the steel. Well, we don't know what the basic steel is, so we'll try for it. It's the same as the itemized steel, I think. So, oh boy, definitely not worth stealing unless you need that item for whatever reason. I think you can buy those. So, pretty sure we can buy those. So. Yeah, pretty sure we can buy those. So stealing from the Jockeys is not really, unless I'm wrong about. I could have sworn I've seen somebody with it. Currently, I'm not going to worry about that. Because we need to now get into the dungeon proper, which we're not in yet. We're still kind of on the outskirts of the dungeon. As we're about to make our way to it. Towards it. So I'm going to use my world now that the canvas has been prepared. Let the brutal artistry of battle commence. Alright, whatever, lady, bring it. An evil demon person. Dora the Demon Explorer. She's explored the deepest side of my fist. I didn't say where I was putting it. You guys are sick. I know what you're thinking over there. So now we're finally in the dungeon proper. And one of the reasons why this sometimes comes off as a decent place to gain levels is there is at least it felt that way to me. Whether or not that's true is another story, but to me, it felt like I had a higher chance in bumping into liquid metal slimes down here. There is an enemy, the Broly Brawlers, I think, or the Umbrella enemies. There's about halfway through the dungeon. There's some Umbrella enemies in this area, and what it means to me in particular is that when you attempt to fight them. When you attempt to fight them, there's a chance that the liquid metal slimes will sometimes show up. But when they show up, that just makes my day all the better. Because with their arrival, we bring in Jade, who has a shot at busting a critical. Not a guarantee, but a shot. And then it goes even one level or one step better than that, is as we start leveling these characters, the odds of getting the crit, the odds of getting, we were working on another skill with Jade that is more likely for her to get a critical hit, which means she will one-shot them. and allows all the other characters in the party to go after the other one in the party. So, or to go after, you know, using melee attacks and slime attacks, you know, and stuff like that. So, wow, look at that. See, the XP here is really good. Hence why I'm making a big point about making that point. I think we'll go with him at air for now. Not that it really matters, because we're going to take all of that anyway. The only thing I don't care about is... Well, yeah, we'd probably get them all, including him of thunder. And then him of light as well, to protect against holy attacks. But we're not going to sit here and just fight all those slugs, because there is, strangely enough, unlike a lot of places in dungeons, I will make a point... These enemies here, by the way. And there's also these golden ones as well. My other point... Oh, I forgot about that.
What's yours is mine!
Yoink! You can steal Thunderballs, and we need a couple of those anyway, so that works out. But, yeah. There's a save point in this dungeon. Which, we've been to a few dungeons that have produced for us in the past some save points and the like, so nothing necessarily wrong with that. But it is an interesting prospect to not just be able to bump into a save point, but also be able to continuously fight around the area until, you know, we feel like taking a break. So yeah, if you have done no grinding and you've made it to this juncture, and you keep saying to yourself, I'm going to grind at some point, I just haven't decided when, this is probably the earliest part in the game I would recommend starting to grind. Because of the odds that liquid metal slimes will show up here. Again, very rare, but they do make an appearance. Nice crit, Sylvando. A little tougher of one, but...
Score one for the good guys!
And there's another Thunderball, so we don't really need to steal any more Thunderballs for a little while. But I am going to fight these dudes. Again, it's not common. It's just rare. But when you thought the regular metal slimes gave good XP, those liquid guys, they don't screw around. They give you serious fucking gains, man. So that's the only reason, like, I want to say every character might gain like 2 levels off of just killing one. So my goal here before the end of this episode is to get us to the backside of the dungeon where the save point is. And then rest of my goal is to, like I said, this is going to be one of the few areas that I'm willing to do some leveling in. Again, I'm not going to look to do or accomplish a lot of that now. But yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can get him to get at least one liquid metal to spawn, so I can show you my strategy for trying to take one out. Whether or not it'll work is meh, but, you know, it is what it is. As you can see, the reason why I picked the Brawly Gaggers to make it spawn is because they're pretty easy to pick off. But sometimes you get that golden one, but they give pretty good XP, so... But these are pretty much the easiest dudes to outright kill when you get down to it. And we get a platinum platter, which is actually worse than the white shield. Raises charm though, if you give a crap about that. And we have fought most of these enemies. To help us power our way through the dungeon though, it wouldn't hurt to pick up one of these guys. To which we've already been introduced to the Demon Rider, so They believe they were in the Eerie Ire. Nice.
Who else wants some?
Better than ever!
Rab gains a level, but it's not enough to do anything with. And you can see we just knock a bunch of these dudes out of our goddamn way. Sometimes they show up with those dudes as well, but again... Enchanted stone. There's not a lot of items in this dungeon, so you don't need to worry about making sure you collect or not collect things, as there's not a lot to, again, there's not a lot to find. You better run, motherfucker. And there we go. Nice steal. He's down.
Ha! Easy.
So let's keep moving. Wait, I'm backtracking. Whoops! Excuse me, buddy. That's like the right way. Again, that's an enemy type we have fought. They're actually the griffins that show up on the islands. Some of the islands that we've gone to collect goodies. That'd be them. And there's one of our liquid metal slimes. I told you they would show up. So we want to change our lineup for a moment, and we're going to take out Rab and put in Jade here, because she's the most likely candidate to outright kill one. If it stakes, it ran away. If it were to stick around. And it's the most likely candidate because she has the ability to cause a critical. Again, sometimes they will stick around, and that's when you can exploit trying to beat one. But again, sometimes it feels like it's few and far between when you try to do it. So it's, you know, an up in the air thing, but... And I guess we could talk about this type of party dynamic where we have all single target attackers or AoE based on certain specifics. So, like Sylvando's our AoE guy, but we don't have a caster in. You don't always need one until that kind of shit happens. And that's the skill there, Thunder Thrust. Thunder Thrust, because it has the means and the ability to instantly give something, one of these slime-based enemies, these liquid metal slimes, because it has the ability to give a liquid metal slime, I tend to take it. So. But you got to see one. So you know I wasn't pulling that spawn out of my ass. This is one of the earliest dungeons they show up in. Technically they also show up on Slime Island, but Island with all the slimes, Occidentalis, whatever the name of that slime. Orthodontist, whatever the name of that slime area is. They tend to show up there too, but I feel they spawn more here. Excuse me, guys, coming through. And of course, the most important treasure to find here, the mini medal. As all of those dudes just ran away as soon as they spawned, which is kind of funny. Not gonna lie. And like I said, since we have this mount, it's like we can plow our way pretty much through anything. And again, like I said, sometimes the golden one shows up for 1000 XP power, you know, for 1000 XP run battles. So for me, it's a win-win. He's not gonna pep up in time, and even if he did, it's not a big deal. Kill that brawly gagger. Really? There we go. You have to remember, too, we don't have a good source for Thunderballs at the moment, so any chance we can kind of snake one on an enemy that's going to do a lot of damage, and in this particular case, yeah, that would have been bad. The other reason you got to be weary of these particular ones. They can cause knockdown, they can give multiple characters, curse multiple characters, but since we were able to get that Scorched Earth up, no complaint out of me, because that's constant damage. The only thing that makes the umbrella dudes a little dangerous is when you fight this group of... when these guys show up, but they're worth the kill. I mean, if you're really just trying to get the liquid metal slimes, you could just run from the battles, too. You could do that. So there's no wrong answer, it's just really up to what you want to do.
What's yours is mine!
So you can see that only the golden ones give the Thunderball. In case you guys were wondering. I just wanted to see we had something there. Sylvanda's accuracy right now is kind of shitty.
We win again.
Why is it like the way I came? It can't be the way I came though. Back the way I came. I think I am going the right way. Sometimes it's hard. It's really hard to tell sometimes. Hey guys, how's it going? Excuse me. HDS, gotta package people. There's an umbrella area. Alright, we made it. So we can't knock the big guy over, it would appear. But everybody else we can knock over. Booty whip! Yeah, I don't want another finessence.
We did it, darling!
And here's the save point. Oh, wait. Just for those of you, if you're wondering, there's an even cloth there. Alright, and we're gonna come up here and we're gonna save. And you get a heal as well. So we're gonna make a confession. And save. And like I said, this is a really good place for us to level. How many levels I'm gonna go depends on how easy it is for me to level. Specifically, how easy is it for me to get those creatures to give us their delicious XP. Specifically, the you know who's. So, yeah, our goal is to get the liquid metal slimes to fight us, and I'm hoping to kill at least 2, maybe 3. It'll probably add about an hour, maybe 2 to our game, but that's fine, you know. Like I said, if you haven't done any leveling whatsoever, this is a good time and a good place to do it. The enemy's average XP here is pretty darn good, so there's no reason not to, and the game's difficulty curve is going to start going back up, so there's no reason not to do this. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTarStudios for more live gaming action. And when we come back, we'll be done with our grinding session, and we will be tackling our way through here to figure out how to get out of this dungeon and all that good stuff. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.